Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to Hero Quest. You'll have to forgive me. This week I may sound a little hoarse, or a little off. Unfortunately, last night I did get sick. I didn't mention that to you guys earlier. I did get sick last night. I actually called in sick from work. So my throat's a little iffy just because of, you know, stuff coming up in the wrong direction from my throat. So yes. Anyway, this week we have yet again another tabletop simulator update. Seems like when we get together, there's something new to talk about. In this case, everyone can kind of notice that there are floating cards for our wonderful friends here. So we can see their Steam avatars, and mine too, so they can see me hovering above them all. Anyway, so yeah, this week, guys, we're doing Kellar's Keep. You made it, Kellar's Keep, Mission 1.
Yeah.
And I have not read to you the intro yet, have I?
Nope.
No. You haven't.
Yes, you guys get a long intro before the actual mission, so we can actually go over that. So we'll probably treat this as kind of its own little intro thing like I did with the original mission where we had the prologue. So speaking of which, since this is another prologue, I would like to show everyone here the lovely board we have in front of us, which is a slight modification to the mod I've put up on the workshop. That's right, I actually put the mod up on the workshop for everyone that's been asking. I finally made enough tweaks to it that I felt comfortable doing so. Few things here and there that saved with memory, things that made the game easier to use, and I even updated it recently since they added the new cardboard sounds. Like, they don't sound like wood anymore, they actually kind of sound like cardboard. So there's that. So yeah, the mod is out there on the Steam Workshop. It's Hero Quest KageKaze Starter Pack. If
link is in the description below.
If I remember, I will try and put a link in the description.
Otherwise I will remind you once it's up.
But beyond that, I've got everything added to my board here for Kellar's Keep. So some people might notice some new tokens around that will be used in the missions ahead. Also, these treasure cards were not part of the official expansion, right? Because I own the official expansion because I have, obviously, once again, the maps and all that in front of me.
Maybe it was added to a later update?
Well, the problem is I don't know, because even Ye Olde Inn doesn't have these cards from what I've seen. So I think they were just added by someone else. But I like the idea of adding more to the treasure pile beyond what you guys already have. And so I'm going to flip these over again so like the viewers at home can see. Now, I duplicated one of these to make it more even. So what we've got here is it's going to add more gold, right? There's a gold of 20 and there's a gold of 10. So they're not as much gold as normally out there, but it increases the positive stuff happening in the deck by a good amount. But there's also this potion of speed that when you drink it, you can roll twice as many movement the next time you move. It doesn't do much else other than that, but I think that's kind of a neat thing to find, and it can be useful since you guys sometimes have issues with rolling. So that's why I don't think it's bad to add these, because it increases the positive odds for you guys. The other thing is the treasure hoard. I kind of hem and hawed on this one. It's 100 gold in one shot.
Overkill, yeah.
But here's one thing about Kellar's is this wonderful new alchemist shop. Potions are expensive. A single, like, you can actually buy a healing potion, but it only restores one body and one mind, and it's 500 gold. Everything else, to be honest with you, I don't really think these potions are all that great. The Venom Antidote is weird. It says heals 2 body points of damage caused by poison needles or darts, so I'm assuming, like, spear traps would be considered in that. Maybe not spear traps. I mean, I probably would include spear traps in that, just because...
That's something I kept complaining about last time. Whenever you said you were attacked by a poison dart, I always asked, does it do poison damage?
Actually, no. The spear traps only do 1 damage. So for this, I'm guessing if you were to fail to take a trap off a treasure chest, maybe, would that be good? Honestly, the good ones are the Potion of Restoration, just because it's a body point. Potion of Battle, which allows you to re-roll a combat roll. Like, you'd have to re-roll the whole thing, but if you rolled poorly, you could do that. And it says re-roll of the attack die, which means you can...
Not re-roll defense dice.
Not that you're right, yeah. So it says specifically attack, not combat die. So there is that. Now there's the Potion of Dexterity, though, that does add 5 movement squares to your next die roll, or guarantees a pit jump, which might be useful for some of you. And eventually, you guys may want to get toolkits for everybody. So having the extra 100 gold may not be bad. So you guys can start gearing yourselves out with toolkits and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and add it. Because of that, there's this, the nothing card. Despite a thorough check, you find nothing. There was only one. I've duplicated it to 2 because normally it's a 50-50 odds. And I'm like, you know, only one bad thing just didn't seem quite right. So I added a second one. We kind of all...
Which is awesome because the drawing is amazing.
You know, and that was kind of a group consensus. We've all kind of agreed on that. So that's what we're going to do. Those are going to go into the treasure pile. Treasure pile is getting shuffled up. Now, I want to talk very briefly about that wonderful spell that didn't originally exist in Hero Quest, but I used it against you guys anyway. The Rust spell. Due to these missions, and I have been running...
The Kage is a cheater spell.
I've been running a few of these missions, and while it is definitely more difficult, and you guys will want to be up on your game, I have noted that even people with worse equipment than you guys are doing fairly well. So, I'm updating the Rust spell. It will remove any piece of equipment other than artifacts that I so choose. So if you run up against an enemy that has it, it will be able to destroy things like crossbows. It says helmets, but I'll do helmet, shields, armor, things like that. I'm going to make it be just a hard
If we have it equipped, right?
No. If it's on your person. I will cast it on you and tell you what you're getting rid of. So no, you can't go around traipsing around with your battle axe in your backpack hoping I won't melt it.
That's so unfair.
Well, it kind of makes sense. I just noticed that the treasure cards are very different. You can kind of tell as you shuffle through.
Some of them, yeah, some of them are the backs are a little odd. So I mean, you can definitely
tell. And the sizes
tell.
are different, yeah.
Well, I know the solution to that. Where are we entering?
Okay, so that is that.
And where
so
are
that's,
we leaving?
Well,
Because I might just leave my battle axe at the entrance.
No. All right,
Then then it's not on my person.
Everybody,
you can discard it and then you never get it back.
So now that we've talked a little bit about the expansion, and so this is kind of the intro to Kellar's Keep for everybody, so you guys know what's up. There are some really nice tiles. This tile will come into play, and of course you guys can see some wonderful new aesthetic tiles such as forges, staircases, and all that. So I'm looking forward to doing this with you guys. Also, there are not really dedicated artifacts anymore. I don't mind showing you guys. There's like some things you can find, such as magical daggers. That are just like regular throwing daggers, but they always hit. And a fire ring which protects you from fire spells. So there are some artifacts you'll find that are somewhat unique, but for the most part, what you may be finding are these. This is the new interesting thing about Kellar's, is there are spell scrolls now. And I'll just kind of throw these out
Violence
there.
magic.
So here you go. You have a total of 8 spells. Tempest, Genie, Sleep, Fire of Wrath, Courage, Rock Skin, Heal Body, and Ball of Flame.
I'm calling dibs on all of them.
All right. Now they are cast like a normal spell, so they are an action. They're not like using an item, so you can't get it for free. But it means that you can carry around extra spells if you find them, and anybody can cast them, not just the elf, not just the wizard.
We can cast a triple genie, possibly.
Does that go into the treasure pile, or do we have to search for them separately?
No, they are specifically called out, but the interesting thing about them is they're somewhat random.
No, I mean, how do we obtain them?
You will find them. They're just like regular artifacts, except for not explicit. If the map says that you find spell scrolls, then you get a random spell scroll.
Oh, alright. So it's not like we can search for those things in every room.
Right. They will be explicitly called out on the map. So you're not finding anything, you're not finding special equipment like you found in the main quest, but you can still find some really cool stuff that can help you along. So it's one of those things where you don't want to, you don't have to be shy about searching for treasure because there is stuff to find still. All right, I'm going to attempt to do this intro with my throat the way it is. You know what? It's not Deckard drank, but I'll get a little bit of water.
All right. Fireplace is going. I got a new fireplace sound.
Here we go. A message from Mentor. My friends, I have alarming news. The Emperor and his army are trapped in Kellar's Keep, the underground bastion of the fortress Karnak Von. Karak. It's Karak. K-A-R-A-K. Karak Von. Wow. These names. This great dwarven stronghold lies deep within the heart of the World's Edge Mountain. The fortress is well defended, but I fear that time is against us. The Emperor's army weakens with starvation, and the enemy grows stronger by the day. It is up to you, brave heroes, to rescue the Emperor. The great book Lore Tome has revealed much useful information to me. Many thousands of years ago, the dwarves made their home in the World's Edge Mountains. With their great engineering skills, they built vast cities that cut deep into the rock. The cities were connected by tunnels that stretched for miles beneath the mountains. On the eastern side of the mountains, the dwarves constructed huge fortresses to guard against the evil legions of chaos. The greatest of these fortresses was KageKaze. The dwarves lived for many years in peace, for the orcs and goblins did not dare attack the well-defended cities. But during this time of peace, the dwarves became careless. Their army grew smaller, and their guards less vigilant. Then came Zargon, the evil sorcerer and commander of all that is evil. Zargon spent years raising a vast army of orcs, goblins, and monsters beyond description. When the attack came, there was no warning. The dwarves fought with great valor, but their enemy was too strong. One by one, the fortresses fell, and only KageKaze held. Most of the hidden tunnels near KageKaze have long been forgotten. However, Lore Tome has revealed to me a hidden passage known as Grin's Crag. This secret walkway is named after the dwarf who first discovered it. While searching for a rich vein of gold, Grin found a narrow footpath running along the edge of an abyss. He explored beyond and found himself in the lower caverns of Kellar's keep. Grin carved a map into a stone tablet so that he might find the path again. He then broke the tablet into pieces and hid the fragments throughout the halls of Balorn, ancient chambers that lie deep beneath the World's Edge Mountain. First, you must journey through the halls of Balorn. These hallowed halls have been stripped of many of the riches that once adorned them. Yet a treasure or two may be found by a hero with a keen eye. But beware. Orcs and goblins now dwell here. You must make them pay dearly for their trespass. I'm also kind of racist. Even Lore Tome does not reveal the exact location of Grin's Crag. You must find the 4 pieces of Grin's stone map that are scattered throughout the halls. Only then can you travel the path to Kellar's keep and lead the Emperor to safety. I shall take you to the Great Gate, but from there you will be on your own. Good luck, my friends. When you need my guidance, listen deep within yourselves.
I'll do that.
I'll turn into a Jedi ghost and talk to you in the future.
Do we have to kill him?
Well done.
Very nice, sir.
So there you have it.
I heard the evil army is growing, right?
So you have the evil army that is facing against the Emperor, and they are trapped, and you have to find the 4 stone map pieces.
Do you think the evil army is recruiting?
Not barbarians.
Come on, I'm the champion of the realm.
They have dealt with barbarians in the past.
I have work experience.
And it's never been a good experience. I'm just saying. They know full well what it's like to work with barbarians. They're always yelling the names of their vulnerable orc leaders, not understanding what it means. Like Ulag and Grak. Anyway. So that is the intro. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off here because I think that's a nice little chunk that we can set off by itself. And then we will begin with Kellar's Keep, Quest 1, The Great Gate.
Hit that like button,
great
subscribe.